Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And here we are on April 18th, 2021. And it turned out to be a fairly nice day, except for wind. Yeah, started off calm as could be this morning. Right after I finished breakfast, I said, well, I'm going to go get some things done. And sure enough, the winds picked up. So instead of trying to work through the winds, I drove to Barstow, California, that is, and went to the Home Depot over there because the other Home Depot or the two that I usually go to, were all out of plumbing fittings because of all of the growers out here. They're buying up all that stuff. So the shelves were picked clean. So I figured, well, I'll go all the way out to Barstow and see what I can do. Nope, picked clean over there too. Just irritating. But I said, well, I'm not going to let that hold me back. I'm going to do something else and get it done. So let's move on inside here. This will be a short video today because, like I said, I drove all the way to Barstow and then came back here, and then I got to doing some work. I'll show you the work I got done. Yeah, you know where we're going. Same time, same place as yesterday, but look at this. Oh my gosh. The pump is in place. And I know somebody's going to ask, why the piece of plywood between the concrete and the pump? Well, very simple, my friends. And I told you I'd be giving you some hints and tips. Don't ever, if you can, bolt iron or steel directly to concrete. It will rust. It will fail on you. It will deteriorate. So I put something in between them, and the easiest thing to do is, of course, a piece of wood. Now, if the wood rots out, I just take the two bolts out, put another piece in, and I'm all set. And it's easy to figure out where to drill the holes. You just lay the board on top, tap it with a hammer. You'll have all the marks of the four bolts that are set in the concrete, and just drill holes there, set it back in place. So yeah, you don't want to put anything directly on concrete. And for those of you with starting your first battery banks, don't put your batteries on concrete. And no, the concrete will suck the life right out of those batteries. Never set batteries on concrete. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, so I put the GFCI up here, as you can see, the red and black buttons in the center, and I plugged the pump in, and you can test the pump for up to 10 seconds without putting water through it, because once you break this seal, you can't return the pump to the store. You have to call an 800 number. And while I'm here, let me put this back in so I don't get dirt and bugs and stuff inside of there. So anyway, yeah, you have to return it to the manufacturer to get a replacement, or they'll send you replacement parts or something like that. But I didn't want that to happen, so I did flip the switch on and off, and the switch is right back here. And it does run, so no problem there. So I got my concrete pad poured. I made it 3 inches thick, and that should hold for as long as I'm around anyway. So now I got to come. This is the outlet, and this is the inlet. So I'll go around back here in a minute, and I'll show you where I trenched and located the pipe that comes from the tank. So I'm going to have to come in, and probably I'll come in right about here and loop around and come onto the into this. And what I had to do, because shark bite fittings were scarce, I got copper fittings, and I got some copper pipe here, and I'll be setting up the copper fittings like this, so I can just go right around the corner here and out there. Now, because my water comes from that direction, I would have loved to have the inlet on this side of the pump, but that's not going to be feasible for what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one high and one low coming through the wall. So the inlet will come in low, and then the outlet will go out high because it'll be under pressure anyway. So when I get my inlet coming in, I set up my check valve here, backflow protector, and there's a flow arrow on there. Right there is the direction of flow. So since the water will be coming in this way, this will go right about here, coming into the unit, and then it'll have two elbows that loop it around and come back into there. Okay, so I got that all set up, and then I decided in this garage I quite often need water, because I'll be mixing something and I'll need some water, or I'll be gluing something and I want to wet a rag so I can wipe the excess glue off so it doesn't leave a mess on the wood. And I said, well, I always got to walk all the way over to the cabin and get water. So I'm going to put a T in, and I'll put a reducer, and I'm going to put a 1/2-inch hose bib valve right about here somewhere. So I'll have, you know, as a matter of fact, probably what I'll end up doing is I'll put this like just like this, and then I'll come out this end for my no, I'm sorry, I have to do that on this side. I want pressure. I'll probably just put this just like that, and I'll put my hose bib coming out here, and then I'll just put a street elbow here and go right back out and down and make my connection outside. So I got that pretty much worked out, and probably by the end of tomorrow I'll be showing you a video of it being done. Now I got my torch out here and a brazing rod. For those of you who don't know what a brazing rod is, it's a brass rod with flux wrapped around it already. So what I did was I clamped those bolts that I got to hold the pump down. I clamped them in here, and then I had some old rivets, something like, let's see if I got any here left here. Well, these are short pieces, but I had some of these about 2 inches long. So what I did was I laid them across like a T on the bottoms of the bolts that I was going to use for anchors, and I brazed them on the bottom so that once the concrete's dry, they won't twist in the cement while I'm trying to loosen or tighten them. They'll have that T in there so they can't twist. So that's why my torch is out here. I'll be putting that away in a little while, but I wanted to get the video shot. And then while I'm cleaning up, I'll be able to put everything away that I need to put away. Or I might just say, yeah, I worked hard enough today. I'm going to go in and convert beer to water. I have a lady in Australia who says, are you okay converting beer to water? And I guess she didn't get the idea, so I had to respond to her, yeah, it happens every time I drink beer. So I think she got it after that because she sent me an LOL back. So anyway, you can check that out in the comments below, and you can see who it was that said that, and maybe stop over to her channel and check things out over there. Let's see what Australia looks like, or what an Australian backyard looks like, or whatever. All right, so we're moving around here. Well, the weather's getting warmer, so it's going to be pretty close to time to start using my mass shower again. So I opened up the lid on the side here, and I'll have that ready to go. So I trenched from the building out to here, then I exposed the pipe. And that's all I need to expose, because I just cut about a 4-inch piece out of there, pushed the shark bite fitting on, pushed the shark bite elbow on, and then go out that way. And then to try to save on fittings, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try filling the shark bite pipe with sand. I have a bag of sand inside here. I'll fill it with sand and tape the ends, and then I'll use my my heat gun, and I'll heat up that plastic, and I'll bend it upward, and then I'll bend it inward. So I can save an elbow there, and I can save an elbow there, because 1-inch shark bite elbows are not cheap. They do save you a lot of work, but they're not cheap. So if I can save a couple, why not, right? So I only need 2 elbows here, and then I can use the others for whatever I need to do on the inside. Because I only have 4 of them. That's all I could find. Like I said, the plumbing shelves in Home Depots around here remind me of a country and western singer, Slim Pickens. Oh, all right. So anyway, I had to actually go back through my old playlist videos all the way back to when this cabin was only half this size, and that's where it ended, right there by that silver box, which covers the water inlet and the gas inlet and all of that stuff. So I can remove that for the summer now. I just put that on there so it keeps things warm during the winter. But I'll be removing that. But at the time, all the videos I had, it just showed that that cabin, that section. Because the bedroom and the bathroom weren't on here yet. And I had to go back and try to remember exactly where I trenched for the pipe. Now over here, I know I was only about 2 feet away from the cabin when I came across here. But then I remember I kind of like right about here, it started going outward that way. And the reason for that was I had so much junk here in the way when I was trenching coming down for the pipe. I just went out away from the cabin, from the containers as far as I could to get it done. All right, so I was almost ready to trench this 3/4 line. There's a 3/4 by 1 T right here, and that goes into the shower. And I'll be refilling these buckets up here pretty soon, and all I have to do is open that lever and gravity feed, because the head of the water is the top of that tank right now. Gravity feed will fill these buckets, and then when I have this valve open, when I see water trickle out of here, I shut the valve, and my outdoor shower is ready for the summer. Cool. All right. That's about it, everybody. I want to thank you for joining me. Don't forget thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. That's very important. And for all you newcomers that have come aboard, welcome aboard. G-Bear signing off.